The following may contain strong opinionated views. The views and opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the views or the opinions of any social media or broadcast platform.
Hi, welcome to Talk Back Live, a show that gets you involved in live conversation and sports with Brian Camp on Sports Update, bringing you the latest developments in today's world of sports. And now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a pleasant night to each and every one of you in your different time zones around the world and across the country. Here we are once again. It's a Thursday. It's 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. It's Friday morning in London at 1 a.m. It's 3 a.m. in Israel, and it's 9 a.m. in Tokyo, Japan. And we want to welcome each and every one of you back to another edition of Talk Back Live. This is where we meet every Thursday, as you already know. And we're back live in the studio after a long trip. We had those last week. We were way out there. And we'll talk to you more about that later. For those of you who didn't get a chance to see us last week, you didn't tune in. But we had a great time. We'll talk to you more about that later. But we're back, and we're back doing brass taxes back here, coming to you live from New York City. Now, that doesn't mean we stop at New York City, of course. We still broadcast all around the world. Okay, so this is a show that's global, and no matter where you are around the world, that's where we are with you. All you have to do is be in a nice place where you have a lot of Wi-Fi and hotspots and all of those things that keep us going. And so we want you to tell your friends and family about it. Get them involved in the show. We want them in there with us so they could be part of the action. And we want you to be part of the action too. And those of you who have been around with us for a long time, you already know the protocol for this show. So we don't have to explain much to you. But they may be people who are possibly here for the very first time. So let me chat with you just for a little bit, because let me tell you about the show, how it operates. Now, as the host of the show, I get things started as I'm doing now. I may throw out a conversation piece that we could start lingering on as we get along, but it doesn't have to stop there, because you can get involved too by using your fingers on your keyboard, on your computer, be it laptop, desktop, maybe your cell phone, or even your tablet. Any device that you can use to pick us up and talk to us, use the keyboard and communicate with us. I will see you right there on the big screen. Of course, I will entertain all of your thoughts and ideas, because that's what the show is all about. All free exchange of ideas and of opinions. And I'm pretty sure you guys have a lot of them, which is why we want to talk about them. And we want to make sure that you get it in there, because if it's important to you, it's important to us. And of course, there's a lot of things to talk about, so many things to talk about. And if there's anything in particular that you might want to talk about, anything at all, just let us know. Type it in, because we don't have to linger on one particular topic. As I said, all you have to do is just type it in and we'll address it. And we'll get everybody to talk about it. So it's free exchange of ideas and opinions. I hope you are there. A lot of things to talk about. Oh boy, we're going to be talking about later on. Last week, when we had our little trip, we took the show out on the road, and we're going to tell you more about that, just in case you weren't with us last week. We broadcast live from there. So basically, it was almost like a vacation. It was like a vacation, but we only had to do those two shows, but the rest of it was basically vacation. But we'll talk more about that later as we go along. So there you go. So tell your friends and family, get everybody involved in the show, and let us know what's happening on your part. And let's have a good time with this show. Of course, we're on different platforms now. Now I got to explain something to you. Normally, we're on 3 different platforms. We are cut from a platform now. Right now, at this particular point, we're not on Instagram. Okay, now let me tell you about that. Now, last week, since we were on the road doing the show, we weren't on Instagram on the Coffee Hour or Talk Back Live. We weren't on Instagram the week before that, before we left to go there, because there was something technically wrong that we couldn't get on for whatever reason. So we knew we weren't going to do Instagram last week when we were on the road. We came back and just to find out to see if the technicalities on Instagram were finished. We came back. I think it was just yesterday. We did some technical uh, runs to find out if it was okay. And it turned out to be okay. So we said, okay, so now when we go back on the show, we can go back on Instagram as normal. So of course, we're the kind of people that we want to check and double check and triple check, right? We checked again today and all day. And now there's no way they would let us on air. We don't know what the problem is with that, with these new technical problems. We had the same technical problems with Facebook and now with Instagram. And so we don't know what's happening. Okay. So at this particular point, we're not broadcasting on Instagram. So we hope that the people who didn't find us on Instagram have the foresight to check us out here on YouTube. We're on YouTube Live on my YouTube channel. Now, here's the other thing. We're live right now on Facebook. We're live on Facebook right now. Okay. Now, here's the problem. The problem is right now is that you don't get to see, you could watch us live. The problem is right now is that you're not, we're doing Facebook the way we did Instagram. We're on another device with that. Therefore, you will not be able to see when we have a guest, if we have a guest coming on, split screen and everything. The same thing with Instagram. You could hear them, but you couldn't see them. Well, that's the problem that you're going to have if you want to watch us on Facebook. You can only see, but you can't hear. But we are live on Facebook. So that's how we have to switch it off right now until we find out what's happening on Instagram. Now, if it gets to the point where Instagram is no longer going to allow us to go on live, then we're going to do it this way again. So we are still cut short of one of our platforms. So we're only on Instagram and we're only on YouTube. But don't worry about it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about it because we're going to find a way to get other avenues going with us. So I don't want to have to repeat all of that again. So if you're watching us on Facebook, they say, yeah, we're glad you're back. But here's the deal. When we produce this show, after the show is over, we reproduce it, but we are going to give you the production, the finished product, and post it as we always do on Facebook. So you get the real deal. Okay. That's the way it is right now. But if all of you are watching, all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, Talk Back Live, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinions of the people of YouTube and Facebook and all of the other social media outlets or broadcast publications. I have to do it that way for the time being. Okay, until that time. Anyway, we're here, and of course, you guys who are watching us on YouTube, please, right now as we speak, go on to the YouTube channel, check it out, punch it up, right, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. We really would appreciate that because the more, the merrier. We've got all of that coming. Okay. Later on in the program, not too far away, we, in conjunction with interacting with you like we always do, and we love doing that, we've got our own little thing that we do. For instance, Brian Camp will be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update, coming from Charlotte, North Carolina, and he's going to be here with that as usual. And then, of course, later on in the program, we're going to have this thing, what we call this day in history. Now, something happened on this day in history, and this day is going to be a historical day as years go along. On this day in history, this is October 9th. Now, something happened on this day in history over the years. So what's going to happen is, Brian is even watching us on Facebook. Okay, so now he's watching us both ways. He's watching us on Facebook, and he's here on YouTube as well. So I just seen him. He's watching. He didn't say anything, but he's watching. But that's good. So this is what I'm talking about. Anyway, so what we have is that I should have stuck a pin in what I was saying. We are going to get the show rolling. We got the show rolling. Brian Camp is going to be with us with the latest developments in today's world of sport. And as I said, we've got this day in history because something happened on this day in history, October 9th, and we have a laundry list full of what's going on with that. Now, the other thing too, before the show is over, we also have for you those movies. Now, each week I go into Turner Classic Movies. I go into that and Turner Classic Movies. I pick all of the movies that I think are best that you could watch because the weekend is coming up. And one of the things you might do is want to catch up on some movies that you haven't seen in a long while, or maybe movies that may jog your memory. Well, I'm going to add some of those to your bucket list of what to watch. I hope you get a chance to watch them too. That's coming up later on in the program. Okay, so we're looking forward to a weekend. It only seems like we just got over one, but you know, they just come so fast. And I wish time wouldn't go as fast as it does because the faster the time goes, the older we get each week, right? But thank you guys for being along with us. And it is October. It is October. And I just want to remind you that your flu shots and your COVID shots are all available. They're all available right now for you to take. Now, all you have to do is go to your pharmacist and let them know that you want to take the COVID and the flu shot. Now, you could take both shots at one time. You can do that. That's what they're telling me now. You could do that now, or you could space it out. Take one time and one the other time. But now this is the flu season is coming up. The weather in New York has gotten chilly. We'll tell you more about that. And so you can get your flu shots. They're available. You can walk right in some places you can walk right in and take it. I know here in New York, you can walk right in and just take it, or you can make the appointment. Or maybe some places in your area, maybe just strictly appointments. However it is, if you do make the appointment, keep the appointment. The appointment is very important because you don't want to have to do it all over again. Okay, so do that. And please, don't listen to anyone if they're telling you that if you take those shots, you're going to get autism. Don't let people tell you that. And if you have to listen to someone, if you have to get advice whether or not to take the shot, go to your primary doctor. That's the person to go to, not RFK Jr. or the Orange 47 or 45 or whatever you want. Go to your primary doctor. Let him tell you about it. Okay, that's the safest way to do it if you're going to ask anyone or if you're going to have faith in anyone. It's basically your primary doctor. Okay, but it is available, so check it out. Now, this month, all month long, and here we are, the 10th, we have about 5 more days to celebrate it. It's Hispanic Heritage Month. It started September 15th and it's going to end October 15th. So we've got, 6 days left. 6 days left to celebrate. And if you're celebrating, we're going to celebrate with you. What we want you to do is let us know what's happening in your community as far as the celebration is concerned. There may be a lot of things in the community that you want to relate to some of the people who are watching here, and we would like to pass it on to you. So that's what we got. It's Hispanic Heritage Month, and it ends October 15th. It's also Filipino American month, History Month. And so if you're Filipino, we want to welcome you. We want to welcome your celebration. We want to celebrate just like we want to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. And so if there's any things that's happening in your community that you want to relate to us, or you want to talk about the history of the Philippines or anything, feel free. Just type it in on your keyboard, on your computer, whether it's laptop, desktop, or your cell phone, or even your tablet. Let us know. We'll see you right there on the big screen and we'll talk about it. Also, it's Polish American Heritage Month. Okay, the same thing. The same thing. They may be celebrations that you want to relate to us. And of course, so we would like to do that. And just type it in, as I said before. Okay, we want to move along. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So those of you who are involved in that, please, especially women, men too, as we talked about it last week, both men and women should be aware of that because men can get breast cancer too. But for the women too, you're wearing that pink ribbon, and that's what we're acknowledging this week as well. This whole month, for the whole month, that's what we're acknowledging. All of these things that we're talking about for the whole month. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's National Fire Prevention Month as well. Make sure that if you're going out and you're going to barbecue or whatever, make sure that you don't leave any paper trail that you've been there and you started a fire. You want to prevent fire. You want to do that on the safe side. Make sure that you rake your coals, put out the fire, all of that, even in your house, in your backyard while you're barbecuing. You want to make sure that everything is shut down, complete. All right. And so that's what we are acknowledging this whole month. The whole month long, too, we're not acknowledging National Seafood Month. What is your favorite? Shrimp? Oh, boy, shrimp. I don't know, clams, oysters, everything, that's what we're acknowledging, too. So we got all of that going. So we want to celebrate wherever you are, wherever you may be. That's what we got all month long. And we thank you so much for being along with us. And stay along with us because the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour, and not The Coffee Hour, it's Talk Back Live. And we're going to be with you for the whole entire hour. Ike Turner Jr., the son of Tina and Ike Turner, has died. Ike Jr. died at a Los Angeles hospital last Saturday. According to a family member, Jacqueline Bullock, Ike Jr. died from kidney failure. And she said his health had declined in recent years as he had severe heart issues and suffered a stroke. Last month, he was 67 years old. Now, what do you say we go over to Charlotte, North Carolina? What do you say we go over there right now? You know why? Because Brian Camp is over there. Now, Brian Camp comes here each week with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And if you have any sports questions, anything of that kind that you want to relay to him, there's a lot to talk about. Yankees, go home, relax. But the rest of you, if you have any questions, he's the man to ask. Brian, with the latest developments in today's world of sports. Brian, the first thing I want to ask you, how's your jet lag? How's your jet lag?
Good question. I finally got over it yesterday, believe it or not, yesterday. And that's from going and coming back home. I finally got my best rest. My best day was yesterday. Wasn't so as much tired and everything. So feeling better. And hey, jet lag is jet lag. I never had it like this before. I had it before, but never like this. I had it in Hawaii. And it took a couple of days, but out in Europe, forget it. It's just, you talking about being sluggish and tired and just yawning in the middle of the street in the middle of the day is real.
Would you believe that I turned in last night at 5 o'clock in the afternoon
and slept through the whole night?
Yep.
Wow.
So I'm officially over it now. I think that sleep did the trick.
Okay.
Because I started feeling, I don't get that tired in the middle of the day like that. I'm not, because I'm up. So, I didn't sleep like from 5 to overnight because I woke up in between. I woke up just in time to catch the Yankee game, but I was groggy. And then after the Yankee game was over, I just turned over and went to sleep. And that was about after 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I was groggy for like 10 days. I just couldn't get a break. I just couldn't get a handle over this here. It was just so tough and everything, it was just I don't know. Well,
yeah. So for me, my jet lag is officially over too. So we can go back to normal. This is my first day back at work since that trip.
Yeah. Well, I'm on 3 different platforms. I'm on Zoom, YouTube, and on Facebook. And once you see the playback, you're going to say to yourself, wow, I must have a twin brother because different backgrounds, are you in two places at once? Because, well, you'll see it for yourself and everything.
Well, before you go on to your sports, I just wanted to explain that, and this is the first time you're knowing it because this just came up today, that we tried for the past couple of weeks, we weren't on Instagram because there was something technically wrong. And then as we checked it out yesterday, it looked like it was back to normal. Then we double checked today, all day, and it wouldn't allow us to go live. So this way now we're going to back live to Facebook. The only difference is that uh, who is ever watching us on Facebook, they can hear you, but they can't see you, just like it was like on.
I know I can't even see myself on Facebook.
Yeah, you see. So
So,
yeah,
so that's a little difficult.
yeah,
Um, as for YouTube, I think I could see myself. There's a slight delay, so
yeah,
that I could tell you. But
yeah,
on Zoom, I'm talking straight to you live. I could
yeah.
see. Oh yeah, I could see myself on
But can Mary is out there. Mary Reed is out there.
YouTube.
Can you see her?
Oh, hi Barry, how you doing? Hope all is well.
You don't
And
see her?
no, I don't see Mary yet.
You
No.
better get that chat thing together. That chat. That's whatever you did before. You got to do it again.
I'm trying to. It's just not.
It'll come. It'll come. Anyway, it's your show.
Okay. Well, good evening and good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. And I say that literally, wherever you are around the world. I greet you live coming from Charlotte, North Carolina, where presently it is 60 degrees, where the high was 70 today. And it's getting a little chilly, but it was a good day. It's a clear skies now. It's very clear now, and hope that all is well with everyone as we officially in the fall season. And we got lots of sports here. We got a lot of stuff that's going on right now, and a lot of stuff that's going on in the news. But let's get right to it. In the NFL. Dallas Cowboys owner and GM Jerry Jones made an unfortunate gesture made to fans in the MetLife Stadium stand Sunday was inadvertent. Yes, inadvertent. The gesture was inadvertent on Jones' part right after the Cowboys scored their last touchdown, which they were winning comfortably, and but they scored a late touchdown, and that's what excited that he was excited about it. Now Jones started to put up the wrong show on the hand. Okay, I guess he used one of his fingers instead of using the thumb up. Instead, the thumb up, which it was the thumb up he was supposed to put up, but I guess he used got four of the fingers. I could only imagine which finger that he used other than the thumb. So he could be fined. He could be suspended by the NFL. Time will tell. In the NBA, LeBron James announced that he is joining Hennessy VSOP. Hennessy announced that it would be releasing a limited edition orange bottle featuring James' name on the label and his signature. Now, LeBron James teased the campaign by posting an X that would be making the another decision. This is the decision that he made some 20 some odd years ago, where he's taking his talents to Miami when he left Cleveland to join the Miami Heat. Now he was teasing everybody, making jokes about it. But James turns 41 in December and is not only the NBA's oldest current player, but also is about to set a record by appearing in his 23rd season in the league. So it doesn't say how much he's making, but he signed a big contract in order for this endorsement. So I guess he's endorsing alcoholic beverage. Alcohol beverage. So whatever toots his horn, he's going to be making some more money. Staying in the NBA, Magic Johnson will preside over the 137th Rose Parade as Grand Marshal next year. Johnson will ride down Colorado Boulevard as part of the 5.5 mile route on January 1st. He'll be part of the coin flip for college football playoff quarter final at the 112 Rose Bowl game. That's where the college football players play their some of their games for the quarterfinal later that day. Major League Baseball, Fox, and its related networks will televise next year's World Baseball Classic, which is the WBC, obtaining U.S. English and Spanish rights to the tournament. Now, 7 games from the upcoming WBC will include the title game and will be aired on Fox, this network. So, Major League Baseball, well, as we speak right now, the Philadelphia Phillies are holding on to a 1-0 lead. This is in game 4 of the wild card series. They're playing against the Phillies, and they're leading 1-0. And they also the Dodgers are leading the series presently 2 games to 1. Now, later on tonight, the will be playing against the Cubs, and the Brewers lead that series 2 games to 1. The Cubs are trying to tie it up, so that's where we stand. In the American League, the Mariners and the Tigers will continue their series tomorrow night, where the Mariners lead 2 games to 1. Sad news that the New York Yankees are ousted from the playoffs. They was beaten by the Toronto Blue Jays, and they are officially out. It was crazy in Yankee Stadium. I mean, if you watch that game, you could see how everybody was intense. But the Toronto Blue Jays really, let them play and gave it to them the raw way. It was the Yankees didn't have an answer for the Blue Jays at all. They didn't have an answer for how they was playing, and there we are. Update, they walked in a run, so the game is tied up 1-1. This day in sports, October 9th, 1915, Woodrow Wilson becomes the first U.S. president to attend a World Series game. That started a string of presidents of going to basketball games, football games, but he was the first to ever come to a World Series game. 1921, Babe Ruth hits his first World Series home run. Only Sunday game ever pitched by Carl Mays. 1928, New York Yankees defeated the Cardinals to become the first team to sweep consecutive World Series. 1966, Frank Robinson named World Series MVP as Baltimore swept the LA Dodgers. Yay. In 1966, anything that they lose is a victory for me. 1988, Dennis Eckersley is the first to save all 4 games in a championship series. Dennis Eckersley is a relief pitcher, and he takes 4 win games to win a series in Major League Baseball. Back in the old days, it was the best out of 9, but now it's the best out of 7 in a championship and World Series platform. 1989, the first NFL game coached by an African-American, Art Shell, as the Raiders defeated the Jets 14-7. And 1997, North Carolina record the winning North Carolina record winner, college basketball coach Dean Smith retires. Dean Smith is the legendary college basketball coach for the University of North Carolina. He's been there for a long, long time, and no longer there. Birthdays on this day, 1903, happy birthday to the late Walter O'Malley, Hall of Fame executive for the Dodger owner, was born in the Bronx, New York. 1940, Joe Pepitone, first baseman, 1962 World Series champion for the New York Yankees, was Brooklyn, New York. 1950, Brian Downing, happy birthday to Brian Downing, Major League Baseball catcher, infielder for the California Angels, was born in Los Angeles, California. Happy birthday, 1959, to Mike Singletary, NFL linebacker for the Chicago Bears, was born in Houston, Texas. And in 1977, happy birthday, Brian Roberts, Major League second baseman, stolen base leader for he won that title in 2007, was born in Durham, North Carolina. That's down the road. That's 2.5 hours from where we're at. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports.
It's unbelievable. You're reading that script about LeBron James. working for Hennessy. I don't even think he drinks. Isn't
Well,
that
he drinks
amazing?
wine. Every night he drinks a nice soothing dinner wine that he drinks
Oh, really?
every night after a game. Yeah. So he's on that. Yes.
So he drinks wine and plays video games. You know,
Yes. Yeah.
doing this. You ever see
Yeah.
that commercial? What was
Hmm.
that commercial? And he's looked like he has it in a book, and he's just doing like this, so no one knows that he's playing a video game on his
Yeah.
phone.
He's a 41-year-old kid. Yeah. I mean, what do you expect? Yeah. You know.
Well,
So
listen, there's a lot of people who invest in alcoholic franchises. I know actor George Clooney owns. I think he owns a alcoholic beverage company, but they say he doesn't drink at all.
well,
So
hey, listen, money talks.
yeah,
Money talks.
yeah,
If they're paying you millions and millions of dollars to support their product, and they pick the person who's has credibility in their respective sport,
yeah,
you go for it.
yeah.
So yeah, so he's
By the way, that
he,
finger that you were talking about, that's half a peace sign.
yeah, okay, okay.
That's what
Jerry
we call
Jones
it, the
knew
half a peace
let me
sign.
tell you, Jones knew what he was doing. Okay, I mean he's the owner of my team of the Dallas Cowboys, but he's also a bald-faced liar too. Okay, so
Oh God.
yeah.
Okay, so now baseball is all done except they're playing
Well, baseball's all done for
it's
you.
for you, yeah. For
Yeah.
me, but I'm going to still keep up with the other games. But now it's football we're talking about. So, Minnesota Vikings, let's go to it. Now, you
Well,
brag about your Dallas Cowboys, which is you have the right to do that. But Minnesota Vikings, come on, let's go. Let's do it. I was talking to a few people who are Giant fans and Jet fans. Poor Jets, they have a lot they have a lot of work to do right now. But
oh yeah, but
but
my
there, but
my Cowboys did work to them, and they look
yeah.
horrible, horrible. You
But
know.
those of you who are out there who are Jet fans, we'll send a prayer up to you. We'll light a candle, burn an incense, or whatever we have to do to help your Jets along. Because
Oh, the internet is going bananas over the Jets. I
yeah,
get family members sending me stuff about the Jets and everything, and they're Jet fans themselves,
yeah,
and it's so funny. It is hilarious, but they are just horrible, horrible.
yeah. Well, we'll see what it brings. We'll see what it brings. What
Yeah.
about you? What's happening for tomorrow?
I will let you know. My schedule has been, as soon as I get in the door, they telling me I'm going to be doing this instead of be doing that, and it makes my day a little bit harder. So I'll find out once I get there and let you know, and hopefully I could be on tomorrow. You know.
Okay. Well, we'll look forward to you. If not, we'll cover it all. That's how we do it around here. We cover all the bases. But you let us know. I'll keep my fingers crossed that you do be here because
Yeah,
it'll be better that way. It makes my life a little bit easier.
yeah. Well, sounds good. Sorry, Mary, I don't see you. I'm looking on the Facebook monitor and I don't see you. It seems like it's just me, and hope that you hear me. But if not, maybe I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, she did say good evening to you, and she also made a point that I didn't even know about. She says it's Indigenous People Day. I didn't know anything about that. That wasn't delivered to me. I didn't know anything
I,
about that.
I don't
Thought
know. I don't know nothing about that
I thought
either.
that I thought that I don't think that happened yet, Mary. I don't think that happened yet. But she's up on things, so I'm going to have to research that. But I appreciate that, Mary. And she also want to remind people, especially people who live in New York, we're down at 40 degrees. It's 40 degrees. It's gotten cold here.
Yeah. Well, it is fall, so I mean, it
Yeah,
can't
it
be
is.
80 degrees every day in New York and in Charlotte. So it is. It's supposed to be like that. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe in a few months from now or a few weeks from now, we're gonna say it's 60 degrees. Oh, it's beautiful. It's nice. It's nice. That's some nice mild weather. But it's
Yeah.
only 60 degrees. Yeah.
Okay, Brian, we're going to look forward to seeing you. Hopefully, you'll be here. If not, as I said, we'll cover everything. But thanks for giving us today's sports, and we really appreciate that.
Sounds good. Everybody enjoyed. Mary, take care and speak to you all soon.
Okay, take care. It's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. We hope that he will be back here tomorrow and deliver what's happening for the sports. But there's a lot of things going on. Those of you who are Yankee fans like me, you can relax and take your high blood pressure medicine, because I know a lot of you are probably were so into the game that your pressure went up. I promised myself last year. I promised myself that I was not going to let the game bother me. It wasn't going to bother me, raise my blood pressure, because last year when the Yankees hit the World Series with the Dodgers, my blood pressure went to the roof. It was so bad that my head started pounding. And I promised myself, I don't care if I'm a Yankee fan or whoever I root for, I'm never going to let the games get me down like that. I'm too old for this. Anyway, guys, if you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live, and we're going to be with you for the balance of the hour. And if you have anything that you want to talk about in particular, we would love to hear from you. We're coming to you live on Facebook and YouTube. And those of you who are out there, if you have anything, you are just typing in. Use your computer, or whether it's laptop, desktop, whatever it is, or your tablet. It has a keyboard to it. It rings, and all you have to do is type it. I'll see you right there on the big screen, and of course, I'll entertain all of your thoughts and ideas. Don't forget, those of you who are watching us on um, YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Even if you're not watching us on YouTube, after the show is over, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to it. I really would appreciate that. That's very important to me because it lets me know how many people are actually following us and there's a lot of people who are coming out, and I want to see more people out there. The more, the merrier. And not only that, it gives you the opportunity to know, now that you have subscribed, that whenever we come on live, and let's say, for instance, you forget about the show, right? Then, of course, you know that you'll get that instant notification. It'll pop right up there, and it says, "Oh my God, that he's on the air." So I will click onto that instant notification. It'll take me right to the site itself. Okay, and that's good. That's the benefit right there. And so make sure you do that. That's very important. Do that, and because a lot of people forget about the show. So if you happen to be online when the show comes on, instant notification. Not only that, even when we're not on the air, if you're online, say for instance, let's say sometime over the weekend when we're not on the air, and you get an instant notification, something like that, that means there's an activity going on. So any activity that occurs on the website, which is our Facebook, our YouTube channel, it gives you an instant notification, and you can click onto it and find out what's going on there. He's not on the air. What's going on there? I could have done something. We could have posted a video that's very important, or some kind of still shot, something to that nature. I don't know. Anyway, do that. Tell your family and friends. Get them involved in too, because we really would appreciate that. Okay, really would appreciate that. And we love having you guys aboard with us each week. Remember, we're on every Thursday at this time at 8 p.m. Eastern. Now, Brian said he'll be back. Maybe he'll be back tomorrow, because we do have another show which we call the Coffee Hour. That's on in the morning, but we'll tell you more about that before the show is over. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Thank you. Anything else you guys want to talk about, please feel free. Please feel free. We would love to hear from you. Okay, I think it's about that time, because we're going to go back in time as we always do. So let's go back in time on this day in history. On this day in history, in 1946, Eugene O'Neill's play, The Iceman Cometh, premieres in New York City. On this day in history, in 1946, the first electric blanket was manufactured, and it sold for $39.50. I stopped using my electric blanket because I plugged it in the wrong plug. Where I plugged the toaster, I kept popping out of bed. On this day in history, in 1947, the first telephone conversation between occupants of a moving car and an airplane. On this day in history, 1947, Julie Stein and Sammy Kahn's musical High Button Shoes premieres at the New York Century Theater in New York City, and later on uh, transformed or moved on to the Schubert Theater, and then on Broadway Theater in New York City, and it ran for 727 performances. On this day in history, back in 1948, WXYZ, and I kid you not, that's a real station. WXYZ, there's a station, radio and TV station. In this case, WXYZ TV, Channel 7 in Detroit, Michigan, ABC station begins broadcasting. On this day in history, 1952, United Nations headquarters construction is complete in New York City. Back in 1965, the Beatles' Yesterday, the single goes #1 and stays #1 for 4 weeks. Back in 1969, the Supremes released their single Someday We'll Be Together. That was Diana Ross's swan song. That was the last recording she did with the group. On this day in history, in 1985, Strawberry Fields Memorial to John Lennon in Central Park, New York City, is dedicated by Mayor Ed Koch. And back in 1986, The Late Show with Joan Rivers premieres on Fox. She was the first woman to host a U.S. late night talk show, and she was fired later, May of 1987. In 1986, stage musical The Phantom of the Opera premieres in London, starring Michael Crawford and Sarah Brightman, and that ran for 13,629 performances. Wow, that's a lot of work. In 1987, Hail, Hail, Rock and Roll documentary. That's the film. In 1986, that's the concert celebrating rock and roll pioneer Chuck Berry. That was released back then. In 1990, Saddam Hussein threatens to hit Israel with a new missile. On this day in history, in 1991, Ecuador becomes the member of the Berne Convention Copyright Treaty. Back in 1992, action thriller film Under Siege, starring Steven Seagal, at his most fabulous and his most famous role, was released. In 2015, Selena Gomez releases her studio album Revival and goes to #1 on Billboard 200. John Lennon was born on this day in 1940 in Liverpool, England. He died December 8th in 1980 at the age of 40 years old. He was assassinated. And a singer-songwriter, Jackson Browne, was born on this day in 1948. He was born in Heidelberg, Germany. And he's 77 years old today. Sharon Osbourne, that's the wife of Ozzy Osbourne, was born on this day in 1952 in London, England. She's 73 today. In 1969, actor Steve McQueen was born in London, England. In 1901, John D. Rockefeller Jr. weds Abby Aldrich in Warwood Neck, Rhode Island. Back in 1962, French singer Edith Piaf marries French Greek actor Theo Sarapo. In 1969, singer Arlo, how would you know there? Arlo, let me pronounce this right. Arlo Guthrie was Jackie Hyde in Washington, Massachusetts, up until her death in 2012. In 1999, actor Andrew McCarthy weds Carol Schneider. In 2011, Paul McCartney weds Nancy Shevell in Town Hall, London. In 1917, actress Lisa Bonet and actor Jason Momoa got married, and then they got divorced in 2022. In 1973, Elvis Presley and wife Priscilla Presley divorce is final after 6 years of marriage. Argentina revolutionary Che Guevara died on this day at the age of 39 years old in 1964, and he was assassinated. He was born June 14th in 1928, and he was born in Rosario, Santa Fe, Argentina. In 1972, actress Miriam Hopkins dies at the age of 69. 1973, R&B singer Rosetta Tharpe dies of a stroke at the age of 58. In 1999, jazz musician Milt Jackson, also a member of the Modern Jazz Quartet, dies of cancer at the age of 76 years old. In 2000, the year, actor David Duke, that's the actor, David Duke, and he played in films such as Beacon Hill, and 79 Park Avenue. He died at the age of 55 years old. In 2005, comedian Louis Nye dies of lung cancer at the age of 92. And that's what's happening on this day in history. And those of you who know something that's happening on this day in history that I didn't mention, you happen to know at the top of your head, let us know. We would like to hear from you. We would love to hear from you so we could spread the word too. Okay? That would be great. All right. Okay. I always tell you guys, I love to talk to you, interact with you, and address you personally, but some people, they just want to watch the show and just sit back and lay back and not say anything. Now, I see you guys when you come out there. I do see you guys when you come out there, but I will not acknowledge you unless you say something first out of respect, because I want to respect your privacy. But for those of you who want to get in touch with me behind the scenes, all right, I have an email address and a telephone number, and I'd like you to have that. This way you can get in touch with me, interact with me that way too. So let me start with the email address. How about that? The email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled Allan. Now, I tell you that each week because there's plenty of ways to spell Allan. You could spell it with the E, with an I, with a Y, but it may not get to me if you do it that way. So make sure the spelling is right. Allan is Allan. That's Frank Allan Prod. Prod is Prod. That's short for productions. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. The telephone number, if you desire, 641-715-3900, extension 467134. You got that? That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. I'll give you time to get a pencil and pen in case you missed it. But in the meantime, let me tell you that you could use that number and the email address 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It's always open. And if you call, you can leave a message and we'll acknowledge you, because if you take the time to get in touch with us, we want to return it. If you email us, of course, you already know that's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Of course, you know that. You can do that too. Okay? And you could use that not only to get in touch with us just because you want to, you can do it just because, all right? It doesn't have to be any particular reason why you get in touch with us. It could be different reasons. Maybe you want to talk about the show. Maybe you want to critique the show, or maybe you want to say you have a birthday coming up, or bar mitzvah coming up, or you have your wedding is coming up, or your divorce is coming up. Anything that you want to talk about, I don't care. We want to relay all of that. We want to relay all of that to you, okay? And you can do that. Just be proactive. Give us all of that information, and we'll just send it out there. And it could be some kind of community event that you may want to promote, or maybe you have a business that you want to promote. We'll help you out, okay? So let me give you that address, the email address first. The email address is frankallanprod at AOL.com. That's frankallanprod at AOL.com. Telephone number, 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. We would love to hear from you. We look forward to hearing from you. Okay. I want to say hello to Damon Dansler out there watching us on Instagram today. Not Instagram. We're not on Instagram anymore. He's watching us from YouTube, which is the place to be for the most part. Warren Dansler is watching us. He's watching us live from Facebook. So people are watching us from Facebook. People are watching us on YouTube. But let me explain again, those of you who have just checked in on Facebook. Let me explain to you what's happening. We're no longer on Instagram. They're not letting us there anymore. I don't know why. We have to double check on that. So we're back on Facebook. The problem is that on Facebook you don't get to see Brian Camp when he does sports. Okay, uh, but you'll get a chance to hear him. Just like if we were on Instagram. When we were on Instagram, you were able to see him or see us, but you couldn't see him, but you could hear him. And so when he did the sports tonight, you were able to hear him. But to see him, you would have to be on YouTube. All right. So we dropped an affiliate, or affiliate dropped us, whatever it was. Okay. What the hey? Okay. But what the hey? What the hey? Anyway, we're glad that you're out there with us. Uh, I just wanted to talk about that we took the show on the road last week, um, and we went out. Of course, we went out to another country, and we did it for those of you probably watched us. We were live from Italy. We were in Italy, and we were in Rome, and we were in where was the other part? Florence. We were also in Florence. But when we went out, when we landed, we stopped off in Barcelona first, Barcelona, Spain. Now, Brian and I started out in Barcelona, Spain. We were out there, all right? And we were out there. We took out the sights. We looked around. It was so sunny. It was beautiful. Now, when I left New York, I don't know. Brian leaves, and he comes out of Charlotte, all right? When I left New York that Friday, I believe, yeah, I left New York that Friday. And of course, when we landed in Barcelona, it was hot. It was blazing hot when I left New York. So all I had was a short sleeve shirt. That's all I had, a short sleeve shirt. So I'm trudging along with a short sleeve shirt. When we finally landed in Barcelona, it got chilly. It got it was unbelievable chilly. And so I just reached in my luggage and pulled out a jacket. Lucky I took a jacket with me. So I pulled out a jacket. But we went around and we checked out all of the places. There were nice places. There was the church, the church that we visit. It was nice. We had to be very quiet in there. The visitors watched it. That was the cathedral, the legendary cathedral in Spain, out in Barcelona. And then we moved over to Italy. We went to Florence. We went to Rome. Rome was beautiful. Went to see the Colosseum, and we met a lot of nice people there. A lot of nice people. They were there, and it was unbelievable. The sun was out, but then certain days we went to Rome twice, and we even went to the Vatican. And the Vatican was beautiful. It was huge. When you get to the Vatican, it's not like when you watch it on TV. You're there, and they have these thousands and thousands of seats when you get out there at the Vatican for people who want to visit the Pope. Now, we just missed the Pope. The Pope comes out on Wednesdays and Sundays. And we didn't get to see the Vatican until the day after. So we missed the Pope. If we had gone on Wednesday, we would have seen the Pope. All right. Maybe next time. But the thing is that we saw all of the beautiful sites. They have beautiful structures in Spain, beautiful structures in Italy, and we had a good time. It was a total blast. And make no mistake about it, folks. Italy, Germany, wherever you go, is no different from where you are. Everyone has problems. And of course, I discovered that we have certain problems we have here at home, they have there. There are homelessness. There's a lot of panhandlers, children sleeping on the streets, teenagers sleeping on the street. We have the same problems, so they are no different. And there are different sections in Italy where it's beautiful. And there are certain sections in Italy that plenty of graffiti, plenty of that, And so you get to learn that when you travel. You get to learn that when you travel. You see, it's no different from where you are. I mean, the culture is different, but everyone has basically the same problems. We all have the same problems. So that's some of the things that you have. Then it was great. It was great. I had a good time. And then we did the show from Italy. We did the show. We were docked at Florence. We did the show from there, and then we went back uh, to Rome once again, and it was beautiful. It was just beautiful, and I would do it again if I had to do it again. I would do it again. You know, uh, but when we did the show, it was a whole different ball game because to keep the show on the right time in the United States, we were 6 hours difference. So I went on when I went on the air both times. I was like, I was really tired, but we got through it all. We got through it all. It was fun. So I just wanted to share that with you. We did have a lot of fun, and we want to do more road shows like that because they're fun when you do shows on the road, and then we get the people on the air. And we just like to do those things. They're great. Okay, it's time for me to give you those movies, ladies and gentlemen. Those movies. I know the weekend is coming up, and you guys, of course, do things on the weekends. And one of the things that you may want to do is to watch movies. Now, I know a lot of you do things on the weekends, but some guys and gals, they like to sit back, relax. So if you are the ones who will want to watch, sit back, relax, and enjoy your weekend watching movies, it's okay. It's okay with us. It's okay with us. I have, how many do I have this week? I have 3 this week. So let me quickly get right through them. All right. Going back to 1955, this is a musical. If you like musicals, here's one that I like called Oklahoma. Back in 1955, it stars Gordon McRae, Gloria Graham, and Gene Nelson. And that's on Turner Classic Movies. You can check that Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern. That's a decent time in the afternoon. And I think you'll like that. The next one we have is The Last Voyage. Oh my God, this is 1960. Now, The Last Voyage, I'm not going to tell you the whole plot of the movie, but I can tell you this. It had to do with a cruise, and it was kind of scary. All right, that's all I'm going to tell you. And it stars Robert Stack, Dorothy Malone, and George Sanders on Turner Classic Movies at Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. I saw this when I was a kid. Came out in 1960. It's called The Last Voyage. I think you'll like it. Check it out. And then we have Manchurian Candidate. Now, there are 2 of them. I'm talking about the original one from 1962, starring Frank Sinatra, Lawrence Harvey, and Janet Leigh. And that's on Turner Classic Movies. You can check that Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So I have all of those 3 movies for you. Now, go to Turner Classic Movies. Those of you who still have your cable, you can go there to Turner Classic Movies and scroll down and check out some of the other movies that may be available that I didn't mention because only these are my picks of the weeks, but there may be others that you may like. And you can add those to your bucket list as well. And you could watch them in real time. If you can't watch them in real time, if you still have your cable box, you can record them. You could record them on your DVR, and then you watch them at your own convenience. All right. And don't forget, while you're there are a lot of great things to watch. You have the pay-per-view movies, you have the free movies, and there are a lot of them. And you have sporting events. You know, if you don't get to see those in real time, you can watch them the following day, sometimes without commercial interruptions. You have children's programs. You also have documentaries. I love documentaries. You have those. You also have some of the network icons that are there that will, if you missed your favorite soap opera, you could always go back and watch those. If you missed it in real time, you could watch those the following day. So many things to choose from. And not only that, this is a new day and age. Can't forget about all of the apps, the streaming apps that are available, like Netflix and Disney and Hulu. And I can go on and on and on. You guys know the deal, you know, and there's so much to watch. And you never starve for entertainment when it comes to TV. If you don't like something, you can always switch to something. There are certain things, there's so many things that are on now that you didn't even know they were there. That's how many channels you have and how many apps you have. Okay, so keep that in mind. So let me give you these movies one more time. We got Oklahoma, Gordon McRae, Gloria Graham, and Gene Nelson. That's Turner Classic Movies. And that's on Saturday and that's 12 p.m. Eastern. And you have The Last Voyage with Robert Stack, Dorothy Malone, George Sanders. That's Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. And The Manchurian Candidate with Frank Sinatra, Lawrence Harvey, and Janet Leigh. Turner Classic Movies. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern. And I hope you get a chance to watch all of them. And I think you'll like them. And that's going to wrap it up for me, ladies and gentlemen. I enjoyed it. I want to thank all of you guys for watching. Brian, of course, with the sports, Mary, Warren, Damon, all of you guys who have joined us. Thank you so much for being along. Check us back out here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. We're going to be around with the coffee hour. Have our fingers crossed. Brian Camp will be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And you'll be around with us. We look forward to seeing you then. And then, if you don't make it then, make it back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for more of Talk Back Live. We look forward to seeing you then. Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports and Sports Update 2 as well. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great day, a great morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a pleasant good night. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
You've been watching Talk Back Live with your host Frank Allan. The producer is Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Talk Back Live.